Shaiko's having a look now just to see if there's any joy to be found at pillars, but as of yet, there is not, and we find ourselves at a little bit of a stalemate in round number 1.
Yeah, it's very, very slow in here. We're going to start getting what everyone calls the Shaiko spot opened up, I believe, from above by the Ace. Might get shot off though if they're not careful, meaning we're going to see Cowana able to still stay playing in the Shaiko spot. And here we go. Sloth with the opening kill is a great start onto LMs. Those impacts now taken off the board. I'm looking at how much utility is actually left for BDS here. They've got pretty much everything on side except for the X-Kairos pellets. A second kill coming out. Renshiro goes down. Shaiko dead to a C4. There's 2 players left. One of them is Playday, traded out a second later. This one, I think, is going to go very clearly the way of Cowana race.
Big problem for BDS is that they did not recognize the danger of Cowana. It's Grizzly up on the top floor now, but Cowana was playing in attic for a lot of that round. He pops up from the bottom floor and gets himself a second to finish things up.
No one going down just yet. Barely even a bullet fired. Only a couple to clear out the odd drone that scatters its way through the top floor halls of Oregon. You notice the push coming down attic or down highway, if you want to call it that. And look at the players that are all holding out towards Trophy. Cowana are just waiting for the signal of where are they coming from, who's pushing what. And Arctic had no idea LMs is coming up so close behind that drone. Going to be an easy kill, I was about to say. Frostbat, buddy. But fortunately, it is cleared out.
Got to ask questions there. Anarchic just dropping out of ADS at a crucial moment. And as you say, you could never predict that there's going to be a player following that drone quite so closely in. But he didn't turn away from Attic. He wasn't moving. There was no real reason for him to leave himself at such a disadvantage in that challenge. And LM took absolutely full advantage of that as BDS take full advantage of Cowana there and just shut them down extremely quickly. Just moving through them. Des absolutely destroying them there in round 2. And we've got a game
opened up, which I think it was as I saw just a second ago, and thinking about Playday maybe coming in from below if they clear out the player that is sat inside of kids. But just to comment on that for a second, yeah, almost, well, apart from the breaching rounds, every bit of utility BDS had just got slung down attic to make sure they could clear it out, which says to me they were dying for that control. They've got someone on kids window. Sloth is coming out towards green though. If he gets underneath Renshiro, this could completely ruin the whole setup. Here he is at green window. Does he dare go for it? Is he more nervous? What's going on behind? Playday is below, and now it's revealed, Ace. We know what's going on. He's going to tell his team, damn, the Amaru's in kitchen. Watch out for that hatch.
That is such a big flank play coming in from Playday there, just preventing Sloth from having that impact on the roam. Now Cowana so close to seeing the man down inside of kitchen. He's just waiting for that zip, and here it comes. He hears it, and he gets the kill and drops the diffuser cold on the ground. Doubles down as he gets Rafal as well, and it's all going in Cavana's direction. All of a sudden, however, BDS are fighting. We find ourselves now effectively 1 versus 1. This is Cowana versus Renshiro. Cogana's on an absolute tear, and he finds the 4th Des. He does it. He shuts down the plant. He shuts down the round. It is all Cowana. I'm not sure that he's too happy about pushing onto an Arctic behind the mirror there. So it's pushing them into a more direct challenge onto pillars here, rather than being able to go and use the defenders rotate against them. Now Sloth, he's going to keep himself locked in here for as long as he can. He looks to take the challenge. Oh, just misses his shots onto the Maverick there, but takes a little bit of chip damage from Rafal. And again, he's just holding them at bay. That's what's important here. He's holding them at bay while Grizzly and Cowana go in and get a double Sloth. He gets his man. Finally manages to find the kill onto Rafal. Renshiro tries to do something to stem the tide, but can't, as Kendrew comes in with a
what I call no man's land. Meeting itself is really hard to play in unless you're holding really tight to a corner, or lying down just in front of the stage can also be a viable spot. With it being opened up though, it has become very, very dangerous to play in here. So Cowana immediately, you see the man on the stairs, doesn't quite hit the shot though. None of them hit it to each other anyway. Back his way upstairs, and they're kind of passing each other like ships in the night here, Tim. I thought surely someone was going to go away from this one in the coffin.
Cogana's got himself into a tough spot being spotted out by LM there. It just means he has to fight his way out, and he can't, as LM gets his man, shuts down Cowana and finds the headshot. But there is 30 seconds left here. There is an inordinate amount of time from BDS being wasted. Rafal and Playday, however, just bursting into sight and finding kills. It is all down to Grizzly and Kendrew. This is not going to be an easy task as Playday gets that diffuser down. Can he be successful? The Yokai drone will deny it twice, but how much longer can they do this? Up pops the second Yokai, and there's the kill. Grizzly, in comes the man to pick up the diffuser. Rafal tries to get it down. This is all a war between Echo and the final man, and there it is. What a round from Cowana, but no, Des! He manages to get it back on the ground with a fraction of a second, and Kendrew, he loses his life.
It's going to be soon. BDS aren't a team that like to leave things until the dying 10 seconds because they know, unlike other teams like Empire, that if you leave it that late, the smallest of mistake can cost you the round, and here we go. That's the opening kill they want, and now they should spring into action. The frag comes out, it connects onto Kendrew. He's removed from a very critical spot. They can be thinking about a plant here, but the problem is you've got Gorgona close. The flank from Grizzly up White. They've lost control of White, and that is such a critical power position. 15 seconds, and for BDS, this is going to be a very uncharacteristic late start. Grizzly knows someone's the bottom of White, going to get himself in the spot they want for the plant and puts him in the dirt. They found the kills they need, but BDS are bringing it back. Oh my god, he's managed to clutch from behind the bed, but the clock was already hitting 0. And guess what? Even a Frostmat got to star in this round, Ace.
Not just the Frostmat, Des, the Frostmat. Well, even overtime is enough here for Cowana to secure themselves one of those top 4 spots. So that's a guaranteed additional 50 SI points from 5th place, and it's also that increase in prize money as well. So literally even just getting themselves to overtime and losing would be enough, but right now that certainly doesn't seem to be a word that's in their vocabulary. They're having none of losing. Sloth gets himself an opener. Shiko from Shiko spot will find the trade back out. 4 versus 4, and Cowana need to find an answer to this. We can see the Gemini drone going in. Gorgona just looking to challenge at range on the Cowana there, sorry, on the Capitao there, and with 35 seconds left to go. Kills keep raining in for Cowana, Des. Can they actually do this? They could be 5-2 up here. Kendrew finds the 3rd. He's gone massive from the rear stage stairs. It's all down to the Chanka and shut down by Kendrew with a quad on the right.
Testing inside a freezer. So this is a predictable setup from BDS, and I think for Cowana, you analyze this a little bit and get a feeling of what's going on. You can then adapt and react, which is what it feels like they're starting to do here, because this time around, it's not Kendrew pushing in, it's Sloth instead on the Ash.
Sloth just waiting for his moment there, led prone, just seeing if there's an opportunity, if anybody chooses to come up and check that mezzanine level, but I don't think BDS are going to be face checking the stairs at this point in time. Grizzly opens things up with a great nade onto Elem though, and that is advantage Cowana once again, and here they go. Gorgona looking to push in, gets shut down in the laundry. Brede taking out the dirty washing there, and Gorgona goes with it. Kendrew finds one and kills just rain in on both sides. Ultimately, we find ourselves in a 1 versus 2 for Sloth. He's got Brede and Renshiro left. If anybody on the side of Cowana can do it, we know that Sloth has the ability. 5 kills to his name today. He's going well. He needs to find either of these. He needs to find them quickly because he's got about 10 seconds left to go. Shut down on the crossfire from Brede as he finds himself in the breach and in the clear as he manages to shut down the Ash and close out the round for BB being taken down. There's a 5th. It's all about the information of Attic, Des, but what are they learning for these drones? What information are they really gaining other than knowing that Shiko is still there? Is he still there? Yeah. Still there? Yeah.
Information only lasts 2 or 3 seconds, but you need to act off the back of it, and they've tried with grenades. I swear to God, he's killed 6 drones this round by himself. Cowana have got 2 drones left now. What are you going to do next, boys? You've got to go pushing in blind if you want to be able to challenge him. And yes, it's bats away. LM's got the downstairs. They're so focused on what's going on in Pig, they have no idea where the other players are. 2 kills come singing out. Gorgona strikes back, but we've got 30 seconds on the clock to make anything happen here. Smokes and fires should be able to come singing on through. There's a player inside of White, and Arkic is in, but has got to tuck himself in that corner, loses the cover, might be able to get away with the plant potentially, and Arkic bringing one back. 3 versus 2. Now or never though, boys. 12 seconds remain. A C4 from below. This round is done. Dare I say, Ace, this is a golden example of what overcommittal to an individual part of the map can do.
Absolutely. We just countered the droning utility. I won't necessarily say drones because one of them was a Gemini, but the droning utility that's been, well, he's just looking to get some top floor control. Now, there are a couple of defenders up there with him. Just trying to keep hold of that vertical control above Kitchen and Sloth. He's going to be looking to try and open things up. Now, we've got one that's dipped away into Attic. It looks like the Kaid of Renshiro if my silhouettes are up to date, and it is. And Sloth finds him and shuts him down. Can he get a second? No. Elems, he manages to get the man with the Malusi, but will be downed in the process, and that's going to allow Cowana to come in there and mop things up and get themselves up to a 4-3 advantage. Elems, he's crawling quickly. He wants to get down this hatch, and he does it. That might just save his life, Des. He might be picked up by Rafal here. It's in fact Shako who goes.
Yeah. Yeah, Shaiko or Brede, one of the two who were close by would have been able to get him up there, but he is back on his feet and goes to show if those drones were kind of in tow as he went down and checking out the right room, because one swung into highway instead of going into kids. Maybe that him and a grenade could have followed through. Speaking of grenades, Grizzly goes, well, this one was meant to be for Alems, but in this round, I guess with how things have developed, it can now be for you, Brede. 4 versus 3. Then Cowana have got the numbers advantage, but Shaiko does Shaiko things as they come swinging into meeting. 2 dead, and suddenly things have balanced back out into a 3 versus 3. 70 seconds to play.
A lot of the Cowana pressure and push is coming towards the kitchen side here, and I think BDS have just recognized that, or maybe not 100% sure as Shaiko. He's still paying a lot of attention towards that rear stage, but given the fact that Cowana have put so much resource into taking that top floor control, it suggests they're going to try for a kitchen plant, because that is usually where you could deny from. If you had the vertical angles opened up and held, you could do that. There is the option from upstairs to get yourself into attic to deny a rear stage plant, but Cowana certainly be focusing towards that direction at the moment, and kitchen does look like their choice. Now, Rafal, he moves himself upstairs. Kendrew is sort of right in what he's thinking here. He comes along. No, Rafal's still inside of garage, actually, I think, or is it? No, that's the top. That's the attic wall. It was just unclear whether it was the wall hiding through into meeting. But no, he's got himself back upstairs. Now, you need to be careful here, because you've got Grizzly upstairs holding down the vertical angle to cover an Arctic getting the diffuser down. He will be successful. Ooh. Just shut down on the Nitro, and that leaves us now with Grizzly one-on-one against Elem. Now, Grizzly, he's upstairs. He's got the high ground. Elem's going to have to head up there, and Grizzly knows it. He holds his angle here from the breach. He sees the man. Surely, no, he misses his shots, Des. He misses his shots, and this is Alem's opportunity. He knows where the man is. He comes in, but no, Grizzly, alive, alert to the danger, and gets the man on the second bite of the cherry. He closes it out, and that is guaranteed overtime for Cowana right
now. Coming. Someone must have heard it stepping up towards them. Cowana needs to make good use of it. Oh, and Narkic almost loses his head, but gets behind that Monty shield in the nick of time.
The screen just slides in front of the Hibana in time, and we get a direct trade. That's not the end of the world for BDS, because that is Shaiko cleared out of his spot. Rafal, he dips deeper and deeper back in towards that freezer corridor. He looks to push forward back to pillars, but the men are coming in now. The snare is tightening, and he has to dip himself away. He gets himself back into sight. Can he find another? No. Once again, millimeters, Des. Absolute millimeters could cost BDS the round here. That is the second time that they have missed a kill by absolute fractions. Rafal holds a tight angle, shut down by Kendrew, who knows he's there. It's going to Cowana, Des. It's happening. 4 versus 2 right now. They will not be stopped. Grizzly, he's getting the diffuser down. Out comes the Nitro. Grizzly, quick game sense, gets off the plant and dips away, keeps himself alive. In comes the challenge. That's great from Brede. Can he do it? He finds himself a double, shuts it down. A triple for the Rangers. BDS, they keep fighting.
Turns out now through trophy. It's going to run that clock down ever so slightly, but Anarchic is in position. He wants to get himself into that northwest corner of game, right above the foosball table, and get the plant down. But to do that, they've got to worry about Renshiro, which means someone's got to come up. Oh, no. You're joking. Not like this, BDS. Not like this. Okay, 5 versus 4. Round's not over. 40 seconds to go, and it started out with a little bit of attrition, you might say. However, it's traded back. Grizzly goes down. 4 versus 4, and we need to start seeing that push coming from Cowana. We know the spot's there, but he peaks, and Shaiko is just goddamn better. Brings down Sloth. 4 versus 3. Oh my god, he swings onto an Arctic on the game wall. Down he goes, swings onto Attic. Why is this from Shaiko? 4 kills in the round. Doesn't need to make it the aces. Brede steps up, but that is 2 huge rounds. The first one from Brede, the second from Shaiko to send it into overtime.
Absolutely unbelievable. Gorgona, Kendrew, and Shaiko have all had 4Ks. There's been a number of 3Ks as well. It's just going absolutely wild. Just look at the kill figures across the leaderboard. 12 for Brede, 12 for Shaiko. Renshiro gets a double on the round. Gorgona and Sloth, but Grizzly able to shut him down. The aggression is just ramping up as if it could go any further. We are within the first 30 seconds and we got 3 deaths. Taking shots, and Arkic's got the diffuser in hand, so they've got everything they need. They need to find the next kill. Lems is going to take some damage from a nade there. It's splash damage. It's not too much. Kendrew has got himself down to the bottom of laundry stairs. They haven't seen too much success from that position so far, but they do this time as he steps in and gets Lems. But no, the last thing they needed was Kendrew to get traded out there, and BDS, they keep their foot on the gas and they keep themselves at a man advantage.
it stayed as it has at the start of the round. It was the 4 versus 3. It's balanced out to the 3 versus 2, and the time is ticking down. There's been these pockets of action, and then a little bit of inaction or prep ahead of it. They know, oh, he was in the back corner as well. That is such a powerful position, and Grizzly can't challenge onto it. Rafal gets the shutdown. It's a Narkic, the man who's the quietest fragger on the team for Cowana, that's got to find 3 kills in 20 seconds, else we are going to match point for BDS, and something tells me that's exactly how it's going to shape up, Ace. He's looking for something, anything to try and snag onto here, but it's not going to happen. Gets swung on by Playday. BDS go to match point, and Cowana at 6 and 4 we thought could take it. He swung back to highway and got a 3K from there. He's pulled off a miracle play from this spot, and more teams should really start utilizing it.
Oh, it was a beautiful play. I know exactly the one that you're talking about, and it's something that BDS certainly need to be, and I'm sure will be, aware of. We just saw in the last round why that spot is so powerful. Grizzly, he moved around. He almost hit a perfect shot, Des, but Rafal was just locked in and ready for the challenge, and it's just so difficult. But look at that from Sloth. Rafal is the man who goes down. Shaiko finds an Arkic, and it's 4 versus 4 as this one kicks off in earnest. Grizzly and Gorgona, they come in with a double. Gorgona gets another one for himself, and right now it's 1 versus 3. Renshiro has got a lot of work to do. He moves down the rear stage stairs, finds another onto Sloth. 1 versus 2, and this is doable. We know that Renshiro is capable of this. He finds a third. He can't find Kendrew though. It's Kendrew from the power position, Des. It's not a 3K this time. It's just 1, and 1 is all he needs to take us to round 15. Thinking about sight and how to execute onto it. BDS cannot be reliant on a Shaiko 4K to keep them in this again. They have to prepare for this Cowana push. They have to be ready to repel it. That is now the most important. Sloth, he's just underneath on the drones for the time being. We can see utility just being taken care of here. The Goyo Vulcan shield being detonated, that will be gone. So that now allows the potential entry to come in from the double floor window. It's likely to go here, Des. The Nitro comes out. In go the Yin Candelas. However, Shaiko steps up. Alems as well, but kills raining on both sides. 2 versus 2. Grizzly starts getting the diffuser down. It's all down to the cover. Can it be found? Yes, Grizzly. He finds Playday, but Shaiko finds Gorgona. It's 1 versus 1, Des. 19 seconds and Grizzly finds the kill. Cowana, they've done it. They can go to bed tonight knowing that they turned over the top of the league, that they beat BDS, and that they are going from strength to strength.